Close your eyes for a moment. I want you to find a place of stillness within yourself. Let the noise of the day, the traffic, the conversations, the worries that cling to your mind, let them all drift away like smoke in a strong wind. Imagine yourself standing in the center of your home. It is night. The house is quiet, settled into the rhythm of the darkness. You are safe. You are protected. But in this silence, in this solitude, have you ever felt a presence? Have you ever walked into a room and felt the air change, as if a sudden heaviness had descended upon your shoulders? Have you ever sat in a comfortable chair, reading or praying, and felt a gaze upon you, unseen but undeniable? Perhaps you have heard a sound, a floorboard creaking when no one was walking, a gentle tap on a window when there was no wind. The world, with its movies and its ghost stories, tries to tell you that this is fear. They call it a haunting. They tell you to be afraid, to run, to protect yourself from something dark. But I am here to tell you something different. I am here to open the eyes of your soul to a reality that is far more beautiful, far more tragic, and far more profound than any ghost story. What if I told you that these signs are not threats, but pleas? What if the ghost is not a monster, but a brother or sister in Christ, reaching out across the veil of eternity, begging for the one thing you have the power to give? We are going to walk together through a mystery today. We are going to look at the 3 signs that a soul, a holy soul in purgatory, might be visiting your home. And we are not going to look at this through the lens of superstition. We are going to look at it through the eyes of a saint. Saint Faustina, the apostle of divine mercy. She knew this reality. She lived it. She walked the corridors of her convent in Poland, but she also walked the misty avenues of the spiritual world. She saw what we cannot see. She heard what we are too deaf to hear. And through her diary, through the wisdom of the Church, we are going to understand what is happening in your home, and more importantly, what is happening in your heart. You are not just a listener today, you are a participant in a great work of mercy. Let us begin with the truth of the soul. When a person dies, their body remains here, returning to the dust. But the soul is immortal. It is a spark of God's own fire, and when that soul leaves the body, it enters into the truth. If that soul died in a state of grace, in friendship with God, but was not yet perfect, not yet fully purified of the stains of selfishness, of earthly attachments, of the small sins that cling to us like dust on a traveler's coat, then that soul enters the state we call purgatory. Purgatory is not a place of punishment in the way we think of prison. It is a place of burning love. Think of it like this. Imagine you have been working in a coal mine for years, covered in soot and grime. Suddenly, you are invited to a wedding banquet in a pristine palace, hosted by a king of blinding light. You want to go in. You yearn to be with the king, but you look at yourself. You see the filth. You know in your heart that you cannot embrace the king while you are covered in this dirt. You would not want to. The shame would burn you. So, you stop at the washroom. You scrub. You use hot water and strong soap. It hurts. It stings. But you do it willingly because the desire to be clean, the desire to be with the king, is greater than the pain of the scrubbing. That is purgatory. It is the washroom of heaven. And the souls there, the holy souls, are burning with a fire of longing. They have seen the face of Jesus at their judgment, just for a moment, and now that memory is the only thing that matters. They are lovesick, and sometimes, in God's infinite mystery, He permits them to come back. He permits them to visit us, the church militant, the ones still fighting the battle on earth. Why? Because we can help them. Our prayers are like cool water on their burns. Our sacrifices are like the soap that cleans them faster. They come to us not to scare us, but to beg us, "Pray for me. Please, shorten my time of waiting. Help me go home." Saint Faustina experienced this constantly. She was a lightning rod for these souls. They knew she had a heart expansive enough to love them and courage enough not to run away. If you are sensing something in your home, it may be because God sees that same courage in you. Let us explore the first sign. This is often the most misunderstood. The first sign, the atmosphere of heavy sorrow. Amir. You are sitting in your living room. It is a Tuesday evening. Everything is normal, but suddenly your mood shifts. It is not just a passing thought, it is a profound, unexplained wave of sadness. It feels like grief, but you haven't lost anyone recently. It feels like a deep, aching loneliness, even if your family is in the next room. The air in the room feels thick, heavy, like the atmosphere before a thunderstorm. You might feel a sudden coldness, not just on your skin, but in your bones. You might think, "Am I depressed? Is something wrong with me?" Listen to me closely. This heaviness is often the spiritual footprint of a suffering soul. Saint Faustina describes this vividly. There were nights when she would feel a mortal sadness, a specific type of suffering that did not belong to her. She wrote in her diary about a night when she was woken up by a soul. She didn't see a figure at first. She felt the pain. She felt the terrible, crushing weight of a soul that realizes it has wasted time. You see, the souls in purgatory have perfect clarity. They look back at their lives on earth, lives just like yours, and they see every missed opportunity to love. They see every time they walked past a beggar, every time they held a grudge, every time they chose comfort over charity, and that realization produces a sorrow so deep it is almost physical. When a soul is permitted to visit you, they bring their atmosphere with them. They are projecting their interior state into your exterior world. That heaviness you feel in the room, that is their regret, that sudden cold. That is their longing for the warmth of God's light, which they cannot yet fully reach. There was an instance where Sister Faustina felt this presence. Instead of turning on the radio or distracting herself, she asked, "Who are you, and what do you need?" She didn't speak it out loud. She spoke it with her heart, and the soul revealed itself. It was a sister who had died some time ago, a sister who had been critical and sharp with her tongue. She was now suffering because she had not used her voice for kindness. The heaviness Faustina felt was the weight of that sister's silence in the afterlife. If you feel this in your home, do not try to sage the house to drive it away. Do not scream at it to leave. That is a reaction of fear. Instead, pause. Recognize that this sadness is a communication. Someone is crying next to you, but they have no voice. Ask yourself, is there a specific person who comes to mind when this feeling hits? Often, your intuition is guided by your guardian angel. If the face of a deceased grandfather, or an old friend, or even a neighbor you barely knew pops into your mind during this wave of sadness, trust that. What should you do in that moment of heaviness? You must turn the sorrow into prayer. Say, "Lord, if there is a soul here seeking your mercy, I offer this moment of discomfort for them. I offer this heaviness in exchange for their relief." It is a beautiful exchange. You take a small piece of their burden for a moment, and they receive a massive grace. The heaviness will often lift almost immediately after you pray. That is the sign that the transaction of charity is complete. The soul has received what it came for, and it returns to its purification with a lighter spirit. Now, let us move to the second sign. This one is more tangible, and for many, much more startling. The second sign, The physical manifestation. This is what sends people running to the internet to search for poltergeists. You hear a knock on the door, but no one is there. You hear footsteps in the hallway, distinct, rhythmic footsteps, but the children are asleep. You smell something, perhaps the scent of cigarette smoke when no one smokes, or the smell of burning wood, or a specific perfume. You might see a shadow move in your peripheral vision, or, and this is very common, you might have electrical disturbances, a light flickering, a TV turning off. In the secular world, these are tropes of a horror movie. In the eyes of faith, these are the desperate attempts of a soul to get your attention. Think about it. They do not have bodies. They cannot speak with vocal cords. They cannot tap you on the shoulder with a hand of flesh and bone. They have to use the energy of the environment to signal their presence. Saint Faustina records many such instances. One night, she saw a sister who had passed away entering her cell. The sister was moving things around, turning pages of a book, making noise. Faustina, with the boldness of a saint, asked her, "Why do you disturb me?" The soul replied that during her life, she had been too busy with useless things, constantly bustling about, creating noise, but no fruit. Now, in purgatory, she was restless. She was acting out the chaotic state of her soul. Faustina realized that the physical noise was a reflection of the soul's internal disorder. Consider the knock. Why a knock? Jesus says, "Knock, and the door shall be opened." A soul knocking on your wall or your door is spiritually knocking on the door of God's mercy. They are locked out of the wedding feast, and they are coming to your house because they know you have a key. The key is your prayer. Consider the footsteps. They are wandering. They are on a journey that isn't finished. They are pacing the corridors of their purification. When you hear them, they are asking you to walk with them. I want you to recall a specific story from the life of Saint Faustina. She was once visited by a soul who appeared in a terrible condition, visibly suffering. This soul did not speak, but simply stood there. Faustina immediately began to pray. She prayed the litany of the saints. The soul remained. She prayed the rosary. The soul remained. Finally, she prayed the chaplet of divine mercy. As soon as she began the words, "For the sake of his sorrowful passion," the soul began to change. The darkness lifted. The figure became light. Why? Because that specific prayer was the key that specific soul needed. If you experience these physical signs in your house, you must be very discerning. First, you must rule out the natural. Houses settle, pipes creak. But if you feel in your gut that this is spiritual, you must act with authority and charity. You do not need to be afraid. You are baptized. You are a child of God. You have more power in your little finger than a soul in purgatory has in their entire existence. Because you can merit grace. They cannot. They are helpless. You are the powerhouse. When the light flickers, say, "Eternal rest grant unto them, O Lord, and let perpetual light shine upon them." See what you did there. You used the sign, the light, as a prompt for the specific prayer. Let light shine upon them. If you hear a knock, say, "Lord, open the gates of heaven to this soul." If you smell smoke or burning, say, "Lord, quench the fires of their longing with the water of your mercy." Do not engage in conversation. This is a very important rule of spiritual safety. We do not hold seances. We do not ask, "What is your name? How many are you?" That opens doors to spirits that are not holy. The demons can mimic the holy souls to trick you. Saint Faustina never sought these encounters. She only responded to them when God permitted them. Your response must always be prayer. If it is a holy soul, they will accept the prayer and leave. If it is something else, The name of Jesus and the power of prayer will drive it away. In either case, the solution is the same: holiness, prayer, mercy. The third sign, the vivid dream or the interior voice. This is perhaps the most intimate sign. You go to sleep and you have a dream, but it is not a normal dream. It doesn't fade the moment you wake up. It is hyper-real. The colors are vivid. The emotions are intense. In this dream, you see someone who has died, maybe a parent, a friend, or even a stranger. They might be asking for something. They might be showing you their suffering, or they might just be looking at you with eyes that beg for help. Or perhaps you wake up suddenly at a specific time, 3 a.m., the hour of mercy. You wake up fully alert, with a specific person on your mind. Saint Faustina had many such visions. She speaks of a time she saw the soul of a religious brother. In the vision, he was covered in flames, not fire that destroys, but the fire of purification. He told her, "I am suffering because I was careless with the Holy Mass. I did not treat the Eucharist with reverence." He asked her to offer Mass for him. Faustina didn't dismiss this as just a nightmare. She knew that sleep is a time when the veil between the worlds is thin. God often uses dreams to bypass our skeptical, busy intellects and speak directly to our hearts. If you have a dream like this, you must pay attention. Is the soul asking for something specific? Sometimes they ask for a Mass to be said. Sometimes they ask for forgiveness. Sometimes they are warning you not to make the same mistakes they did. There is a story of a soul who visited Faustina and said, "You must pray for me, for I am forgotten." This is a terrible tragedy. The forgotten souls, the ones who have no family left on earth, or whose families do not believe in purgatory and never pray for them. These souls often seek out strangers, spiritual strangers like you and me, who are open to the promptings of the Spirit. If you wake up at 3 a.m., do not just roll over. That is an appointment. Your guardian angel has nudged you awake. The alarm clock of heaven has rung. You don't have to get out of bed and kneel on the cold floor if you can't. You can lay there, in the quiet, and pray the Divine Mercy Chaplet on your fingers. Eternal Father, I offer you the body and blood, soul and divinity of your dearly beloved Son. Imagine the power of that moment. The whole world is asleep, but you are awake, keeping watch, acting as a lawyer for a soul who is standing before the judge. Your prayer at that hour is like a cup of cold water in a desert. Now I want to speak to you about the one who facilitates all of this. You are never alone in these encounters. The role of the guardian angel. You might feel fear when you think about hauntings, but you are forgetting someone. You are forgetting your guardian angel, and you are forgetting the guardian angel of the visiting soul. Saint Faustina writes beautifully about her guardian angel. When she traveled in spirit to Purgatory, she did not go alone. She writes, "My guardian angel was at my side. He was her protector, her guide, and her interpreter." When a soul visits your home, it is not breaking and entering. It is usually escorted by its guardian angel and permitted by yours. The angels are arranging this meeting of charity. The visiting soul's angel is saying to your angel, "My charge is suffering. He needs prayer. Your charge, this person living in this house, has a merciful heart. May we approach?" And your angel who loves you and wants you to earn merit in heaven says, "Yes, let them approach. My charge will pray." Do you see? It is a meeting of friends, not a horror story. Your angel is standing guard. If the spirit were evil, your angel would be ready to battle. But if it is a suffering soul, your angel stands aside and invites you to act. So, when you feel that fear rising, speak to your angel. Say, "Angel of God, my guardian dear, if this is a soul in need, help me to pray. If it is not, drive it away." how to cleanse your home with mercy. So, you have identified the signs, the heaviness, the physical disturbances, the dreams. What do you do now, in a practical sense? How do you transform your home from a place of haunting into a place of holy refuge? You must make your home a hostile environment for evil, but a welcoming environment for mercy. 1. The Holy Mass. This is the most powerful tool in the universe. If you feel a presence, have a Mass said for the souls in purgatory, or, if you know who it is, for that specific person. Saint Faustina saw souls fly to heaven at the moment of the consecration during Mass. It is the atomic bomb of grace. One Mass is worth more than 1,000 private prayers. 2. Holy water. Keep holy water in your home. It is not a magic potion. It is a sacramental of the Church. When you sprinkle it, you are claiming the space for Christ. If the air feels heavy, sprinkle the room. Say, by this holy water and by your precious blood, wash away all iniquity and bring peace to the suffering souls. 3. The Divine Mercy Chaplet. I cannot stress this enough. This prayer was given to Saint Faustina specifically for the dying and the suffering. It appeases the just anger of God. It opens the floodgates of mercy. Pray it in the room where the activity is strongest. Die. 4. Offer your daily deities. You don't have to be a monk. You can offer your laundry, your commute, your headache, your difficult boss. Simply say, Jesus, I join this small annoyance to your cross, and I offer it for the soul visiting my house. The transformation of fear. I want you to imagine your house again, but now do not see it as a dark place where things go bump in the night. See it as a lighthouse. The ocean around the lighthouse is dark and stormy. That is the state of the suffering souls. They are tossing in the waves of purification. They see the light of your home, the light of your faith, and they are drawn to it. They are not attacking the lighthouse. They are looking for the harbor. When you pray for them, you are guiding them home. And here is the most beautiful secret, one that Saint Faustina reveals to us. The souls in purgatory are grateful. They are incredibly grateful. When you pray for them, they pray for you, and their prayers are powerful. They cannot help themselves, but they can help you. They become your intercessors. They become your friends. Imagine that. The ghost that scared you becomes the saint who protects you. The presence that made you shiver becomes the invisible friend who prays for your children, who guards your home from real evil, who waits for you at the gates of heaven to welcome you when your time comes. Saint Faustina said that upon her death, she expected to be met by a multitude of souls she had helped. Imagine that reception line. So, if your house feels haunted, do not be afraid. If the air gets heavy, open your heart. If the floorboards creak, bend your knees. If the dreams come, offer the Mass. You have been chosen. It is a privilege to be visited. It means God trusts you with the work of His mercy. He is trusting you to help Him bring His children home. Take a deep breath now. Feel the peace of that truth. You are surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. You are never alone. You are a warrior of mercy in the Church militant. Go now and fear nothing. Trust in the Lord. And if you hear a knock on the door of your heart, open it with a prayer. For the sake of His sorrowful passion, have mercy on us and on the whole world.